Hi, John here. It's Thursday today, 22nd of August 2024, and just recapping on a video I did in the Supreme Court in Westminster City and the Parliament, Westminster Parliament grounds on the 11th of December 2018. And I just want to show you what I was there for as the Surrogate King William III, Surrogate King William IV, Surrogate King George IV, and Surrogate King Ernest Augustus I, and also the Queen Victoria Trust, that I was there to replace the Queen as the Queen Victoria Trust as Maui Crown Queen Victoria Trust, and no Queen replacement of her position as the head of state of Britain, Westminster, UK, and the Queen of England, and a sovereign of the native land of England, and there's nobody there to replace her as our trustee, one of 4 trustees: Queen Elizabeth II, Prince Andrew, Queen and King and Queen of Spain. Those are 4 trustees in the Queen Victoria Trust 1844, and only Queen Sophia of Spain left over, and I'm taking over the position of the head of the trust and the Crown Corporation's business. Now that the Queen has gone into Scotland to die there as the Queen of England no more, so I'm going to replace her and under King Richard I, or King William I, William the Conqueror, 1066, King of England, soil, native land, and King William III of Orange in Ireland, Northern Ireland, as the Bank of England Act 1694 from him, and the 2-bar pound note act that he got the royal assent to, those both acts, and got the royal assent to the War Powers Act 1689, and the Constitution of Westminster Parliament 1689 for 10 years after that was drafted in about 294 pages of the Constitution I have on my website, and we have that connection to us and King William IV, 1835 Constitution flag, and also the Municipal Corporation's 1835 flag, and also 1834 of the same Confederation of United Tribes of Aotea, New Zealand flag, and its founding of New Zealand, and I have the documents of those to prove that as fact-cited evidence, without a doubt, unbroken sovereignty to King William III and his monarch, sovereign crown of Britain, UK, and our connection in our contract to him as Zeeland, New Zealand, Dutch, Protestant, and Easter Island, Rapa Nui as Dutch-found countries, those 2 countries that I am the Maui DNA of the statue of Easter Island and the statue standing in London, Queen Elizabeth's Great Court. That is my DNA title and Escheat, or Escheat meant claim to Moai, standing there as Queen Victoria Trust, Moai Crown Queen Victoria Trust, sees her Crown Corporation title and her business that she has gone into the Sea of Admiralty, lost at sea, and everything that she's stolen from England, soil, land, and taken to Frankfurt, Germany, against international law of stealing another country's sovereignty and native title to native England, soil, land, and also the birth certificates of 1862 Native Land Act, New Zealand, Referefa Manukau, 11th of November 1862 Native Land Act of New Zealand. Queen Victoria gave that to Referefa Manukau, Moriori, and Manukau titled there at Helensville, the Awaroa Native Magistrate Court Bank, that became the Awaroa Bank of Aotea, New Zealand, connected in our Escheat meant claim of all the history that I'm taken to Westminster Parliament in this video here as proof that I was there to go into Parliament, and Andy Devine, our record keeper of courts hearings, have put together all the documents and my court hearings as a judge and prosecutor in the Native Magistrate King's Bench Court, online Zoom, court hearing number 61 last Saturday, the 17th of August 2024, and this video here is a link to Westminster Church of England, which my Bishop Carr and Reverend Wanoa from Rangitukia, East Cape, St. Mary's Church birth certificate bonds were first implemented there in 1830 as Escheat with Rabata Carr and my own Wanoa Reverend bishops to the Church of England, St. Mary's Church, linked to Westminster Parliament, Church of England, which I have connection to, direct bloodline to the monarchs of the kings, emperors. King William I, William the Conqueror, 1066, to King William III, 1689 to 1694, and King William IV, 1835, Constitution of New Zealand flag, and also the Commercial Contract or Corporation, Municipal Corporations Act, 1835, with the flag from Britain, UK, and to us, the partners. We were the second partner then, now we're the first partner with the natives of New Zealand, Aotea as the native partner, first party, and the second party, the English native sovereigns, our partner there, Andy Devine, and the rest of people there that I have connections to. That's where I went into Parliament in Westminster, and the Supreme Court there, where I'm sitting at the table there, putting the court hearing together with them there. There was about 9 of us there, or 13, something like that. And then I went to Ireland to unveil St. Patrick's gravesite at his church, St. Patrick's Church in Downpatrick, with Paul Brown, there and his dad. And that's in the history. I'm looking for the videos of all that event, that to make sure our flag that I've got on the front of me there, and it's got the 8-point star in 4 corners of the planet Earth, north, east, south, west, or Naho e Wha, the 4 corners of the Municipal Corporations Act, is still a live contract that I'm claiming in Escheat to the 17 trillion US dollars that Eddie Mitchell from Hamilton and his barrister there and Freemason has stolen as our proof. Our court does work and is legitimate in all this documents and videos that I've put together in 50 years of research in the last years to 2000 year, before Mohi Manukau put the acts together for the Confederation of Chiefs, and in 2008, and it was put together to offset the Treaty of Waitangi's 1986 Constitution, and 1985 when we first put things together with Mohi. Okay, so I have all his history. I'm his successor to his Freemasons, 50 years Freemason, as the executor of his estate in Escheat that no one else can do but me, living with his brother Tetana in Rata Street in Helensville. At the time, I spent 6 years putting all that together before I went to Westminster to take all our Escheat claim to Moriori title here in this country, Te Rawaikato Wharehere Manukau, 1823 with King George IV, lease land contract. That's 17 trillion that Eddie Mitchell and the Mitchell Family Trust stole from my brain, and these 3 sticks here I have with the information is worth 17 trillion, these 3 sticks here. 17 trillion. That's what I'm worth. 17 trillion US dollars. And this is what I've put together, this video here I'm going to show you now. As proof, I did go to Westminster dressed up as the surrogate kings that I claim in Escheat to the British government, Westminster Parliament, and to the Australia Bank Association, and to check where the money has gone that Eddie has spent on 303 shell companies in all over Australia. So I'm going after that to get it back, and this is proof that I'm going straight into Westminster with the authority to do what I do. Okay? The video of me there, dressed up with King William there, and his other instruments with the flag on the desk there, and me talking. Okay, I'm going to run the video now, and we'll take a video of it before it disappears.
And we're live.
And hold that up, and then they can point their cameras up there.
We're live now.
Live?
Yep, we're going live.
Good morning to the viewers and Andy, Devan, and our group of people here to witness what we are in this Supreme Court in London. We have gone through the security, and we've gone through with our magistrate court documents with no trouble at all, or no threat to anyone, but information that we're sharing with you. So we come with clean hands and a message that you should know about. But we want to be as gracious as we can to introduce something that's been quite hidden for many years. And I'm from New Zealand. My name is John Hawani Kahaki Wanoa. I've come here as live on behalf of my paramount chiefs in New Zealand, And I'm just going to display for you the documents that links us back to 1600 AD, to kings, right through to the present day. It should be widely known, or from this point on, to put at rest all history of the past and start fresh and restart with our flag of kings, emperors. I represent here as partners to you people in Britain, from New Zealand to Pacific Islands. I come here to share this with you of something quite real that's been created by kings for us of today from past years, and it has been changed off in a different direction under the Queen, Victoria and Queen Elizabeth II, is what you see today. Our aim is to lessen the agony and stress on future generations and free our people that are now mixed in blood DNA over the years. So we are not original natives, as was the past of the paramount chiefs in New Zealand and the Pacific Islands and Canada and Australia, where we have a lot of people watching how this goes together from Britain, from a different perspective of native to any country that was colonised, native of England, native of Scotland, native of Africa, native of all the affected countries, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, is now mixed and saturated, and you cannot get something as old native. We are sovereign. As I was here, I saw you come to my land, and you joined me. So your people in Britain came to my land and joined us. So I'm here, coming back this way, to join back. Your families, with our families, are living quite happily in New Zealand with less stress than everywhere else in the world, and the Queen is running her business in New Zealand with her own tribe called Maori, and that tribe has been manufactured quite successfully in different circumstances from the original native, and that has been a blueprint for every other native country in the world, including European colonised countries and British colonised countries. We're all native to that land. In today's world, it's the same formula as I was here and I saw you come in and settle on the land. So we are taking that as being, you were allowed to come and live with us with someone's law. And I'm saying the Queen has her law on the left side and the King has his law on the right side. So to put it bluntly, the Queen has dropped out and left one. The King defaulted back to his titles. The Queen has divorced Britain, unbeknown to anybody of ignorance that didn't see that coming. When Donald Trump walks in, Trojan picks her up and says, "Come with me to America." And so it's been a fashion of events that has a pattern you can see emerging. It just had to have war in its existence to make money. This flag created everything the Queen is doing, and we are about to default from 2 back to 1, and she denounced her sovereignty by saying, "I'm taking my sovereignty with me to America, and I have nothing to do with the British Parliament and their sovereignty." So I want to tell you a true story. That is the story. That is why the King, surrogate captain on a ship, dropped into New Zealand and put his ship on dry land at this day and got off to sea. He didn't have to have a bar association or a sandbar to jump over or a dock to try you in court. We're in the Supreme Court, so I'm talking here as a native magistrate court judge and jury on behalf of my people in New Zealand, just to tell you something is wrong with the system in Westminster. And so we have to correct it. We have to make changes. I'm here in Britain to make that change. As a Prime Minister would go to another country or make decisions for you, you can see the chaos in Westminster Parliament making decisions that cost you a lot of money. The Brexit is costing a lot of money and they want to extend it some more. You're paying for that. And I'm here to dissolve it with this. The creator of all laws that they're playing around with on their own.
God's law.
Without being stopped. They're immune, the Queen is immune from prosecution only by another monarch that can dissolve her. She's run off to America, that's known, and she's got Prince Harry, fashioned to be the King of America. So she put in the Sharia law. The Admiralty Court in London is now taken over by Sharia law and Muslim. So that's a threat. As far as I'm concerned, that's a threat on our contract between me, these people here, who are going to make a decision today on behalf of everybody else who's not here. That means everywhere around the world. We have a group of people here, there's 9 of us, I think we had a count.
Nine,
We registered ourselves today to make this a marked event in history, in a timeline of events I'm going to show you in a minute, on the books that have paramount chiefs that have died and passed everything on my head. They left it to me because of the situation of real estate. New Zealand was sold in 1823 by one paramount chief for their king's titles. And so the other chief was Hongihika. He was responsible for military. These 2 chiefs went to Cambridge and called Cambridge in New Zealand after the Cambridge here on the education side of a contract. So this Waikato Manukau chief knew what it meant to sell the land and buy it and lock it into a contract. And King George IV of timelines that made these 2 kings, King George IV, the brother of King William IV, in 1834, from 1823, that short space of time, to lock this contract entrenched inside the flag as a republic of New Zealand, the first republic of kings. This line of kings goes back to King Solomon's mines, to William the Conqueror, to King William III, creator of the Bank of England Acts, Pound Note Acts, Gold Coin Acts, and Municipalities Acts of St. Patrick in Belfast, Downpatrick at the cathedral, to mark that title to all the inheritance of Westminster government and all of its commercial contracts. This is the kingmaker that the Queen is wearing. I'm wearing right in front of her to challenge what she's wearing on the wrong bloodlines. She's going down the wrong bloodlines, and they have borrowed St. Patrick's 8-point star. St. Patrick was the son of his father, a treasurer inside Westminster Parliament. Now, they used him because he wanted to be a bishop in the Church of England, but he wanted to go and help the poor people. His father wanted him to inherit all his money and wealth, but he said, I don't want it. And so he was banished from ever being a bishop of England, the Church of England, and he started his own churches. So in all of his popularity of churches and congregations, Westminster borrowed his name, money, but people that were suffering as a result of war. This is a war flag, a declaration of war flag that's causing all the problems in the world, in the wrong hands, under the Queen Elizabeth II and Queen Victoria bloodline of Rothschild family. So, I'm here today to make a proclamation to recover all of the debt because of the Queen dropping out, overboard, man lost at sea of Admiralty, and the King is defaulted of his inheritance, all his King's prize possessions, royal revenue of St. Patrick, Municipalities Act, in councils to collect the lease, Crown, King's lease, in all the Commonwealth countries that are being conquered. The Queen is running the Queen Victoria Trust, 1848. See the closeness of the commercial from 1823. Sale of New Zealand. The chiefs had no option because the British were going to take it if they didn't sign a contract. And so it was the best deal that was ever made because it locked us in a contract forevermore. It's fixed in statute law in Westminster, still there now. So I'm here to take the gag off the King's Bench Court, open it up for business, because the Queen, her head is there in the picture, but no seal, no coronation. That wasn't true of her coronation. The only two that had coronations was King William IV and Queen Victoria. Those are the two contracts that go together to make all the commerce around the world. Now, no one has claimed that inheritance. Donald Trump is trying to make that his business. The King and Queen of Spain is trying to make it their business. Imelda Marcos is now being arrested for tampering with that trust. The Queen Elizabeth is still the head of the trust. Imelda is the other trustee. Her husband, Marcos, died, and so the King and Philip, the son, and his wife became the King and Queen of Spain. Now, the son of Imelda Marcos is a Filipino. All that gold in the Philippines belongs to this trust, the Queen Victoria Trust, and you people had it. Just in reasserting that which has not been claimed. So, in the meantime, the Rothschild banks are selling their business, lock, stock and barrel, like Bank of England and everything, because they know we're coming. I just want to make this a public statement to the world that we're swearing to each other who claim that inheritance of these people. The King William III, 1600, 1694, created these instruments inside his contract that had been passed on to us. To date, there's been no challenge to what I'm doing as a surrogate king on behalf of these kings. King William III, King William IV, King George III, King George IV, King Ernest Augustus I. Those kings belong in this trust. They created all that commerce, laws, acts, ordinances, deeds to make the instruments for the bank. That's our business. So I'm joining us here to make that clear to all that inheritance as being the company registered in the Company's House, London, Moai, Powerhouse Group Limited. Back to today. So that's the bank judgment credit. The Queen and her business, and the Rothschilds' judgment, debt. I just make that clear of all that wealth that they've been using and spinning around belongs to us. So that was that part of history. You've got the Constitution inside this flag, 1834. It's the founding of New Zealand. 1834, King William IV and a paramount chief there for this America. The descendant of Te Rawakato Wharehere Manukau in 1824. Contract. Private, nobody's business. That's why you come out, sue the Queen, sue the Mean, from prosecution, etc. The higher contract of her business that was created out of here. What's happening is she's run off with the trust to America, and you saw Trump come in, but nothing said. Just to pick it up, the contract and cast it off. She has she's forbidden, under Salic law, of these kings to the throne. She broke that oath, she broke the coronation oath, and she's gone with the trust. The King and Queen of Netherlands came here and made a deal again and carted off the HQ treasury, our wealth and heritage, that we're going to call up the accounts, audit the accounts of HQ treasury, and dissolve that trust and put in a new head trust, replace the Queen as head trustee because she's left prison on documents and gone to America. She is now an outside third party to a two-party contract between me and you. That's for the rest of the indigenous countries in the world, or any indigenous, what I meant was the British are indigenous as well to that land. You in London, this is your land as far as this is concerned, under the land laws of England. You see now that Sharia law is tempering with this contract, and Muslim running this British government off the rails to try and shut it down. The EU Parliament is here with its government inside this government. You have 4 tiers of governments operating. You have the state government, you have the common law courts at the bottom, that's man and land. In fact, the original native of England, or Britain, in this case England, we're talking about this land, England. They don't have any patent contracts or commercial. They are the land original native with titles, birth certificates and such. The next layer is the Commonwealth government, and then you have the federal state government, which belongs to the Queen.
Just so people know that we're at the Supreme Court in London doing this live.
Court hearing. We're
court
having
hearing.
A native magistrate court hearing here. In my back is a magistrate, which is a barrister carrying his documents. You see that goes into the court. He is a court on wheels.
John's acting as the sheriff today.
Court hearing anyway. So we are in a learning phase here today for the rest of the world of your rights, and they're being broken of our contracts. So I'm saying what started the latest behaviour of the Crown Corporation inside Westminster is that Gordon Brown, Scotty, and Queen Elizabeth II signed the Lisbon Treaty. They destroyed the 7 treaties and put it into one treaty to make the EU government the dark state, deep dark state. This is another government up here, below the federal state government. Donald Trump came over and signed another treaty with Queen Elizabeth II to dissolve the Bank of England and all the commercial contracts of Westminster. You don't know that. I've tracked these things over 20 years in these books. In the
25.
Bank. And so, now the Queen is a threat to the government, but she put in the showing law. And the politicians are following that law, and you have less rights because they have more rights than you. And this is going to correct your rights back to normal. It's abnormal at the moment because you've got people coming in straight in, and this is happening by this sudden change of immigration laws that are come out of Westminster for all the other countries in the Commonwealth, following the same pattern from these 5th government here in the EU Parliament came out of Westminster. That's the Brexit that's costing a lot more money to try and stop them. This diffuses the whole lot. You can see the First Minister of Northern Ireland, Arlene Foster, is the kingmaker in this government. She can shut the whole lot down.
She can turn it,
because I wrote to her.
Arlene can shut this whole place down this week.
The power to the king and the 8-point star that she
carries
representing this government here. She has to honour St. Patrick. St. Patrick is a valuable instrument right here. That's the whole world was created from this man. We had this, it's on live stream, unveiling of his main church where he's buried. Where he's buried is the title. He was born a Catholic, but died an Irish. So that's the story of St. Patrick on this flag, the 8-point star of St. Patrick. This is the wealth that they are playing with in this Westminster government for themselves, for their own self-interest and not ours.
We are here to take this back, use this flag and bring it back for the people.
You can't do anything about it, but a silent king, no more. We're taking the gag off, and I'm here to speak for the king because no one else can. All of the instruments are here for us to enforce what I'm saying today in these books. So I'm going to pull out these books, and one by one, just to give you an overshadow of original signatures of paramountries that have died, and ones that are still watching what happens with me here. It's taken me a long time to get here, because people got me here amongst us building this back together again. Not so much a humpy-dumpy, but real life change for the better, and make the next generation of less stress, and this starts the war and stops the war. This flag was given to us as a protectorate against any third party between a two-party contract. This is the law of the landlords of England. And so what you see is some mischief going on, breaking the landlords of England. It'll always be England, as far as I'm concerned, to keep this flag going. And it's continuity of sovereignty that's not broken. Queen Elizabeth II snapped off her sovereignty when she denounced herself as a sovereign for her own public interests as a private contractor. She is a businesswoman that's raking this trust to bits for herself. So I'm here to tell you that we are here to sack her as the head of the trust, and I'm stepping in to take her place because I have a legitimate right to sack her in front of you, all of you. And if nothing's said after today about this statement and we're signing to it, then it's true. I wait for anyone to deny what I say, because so far no one has. All that is on Facebook and YouTube is admissible evidence in the High Court or any court in the world, and this is the Supreme Court.
This is the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land that we're sitting in right now.
Through the security and being passed clean hands. And we are swearing to each other with clean hands in front of God Almighty.
And a pure heart.
And a pure heart.
And a clean mind.
And a clean mind.
With noble intentions.
And
to help everyone.
With the
people, the vulnerable people.
The
spirit.
The chartered accountant that put everything together to go into Parliament to see
my spirit
and to talk with them about this.
In the paddock here.
Makes it a dead document, a void document,
yes.
Really.
It's void.
Legal is dead.
Yeah.
Statute, legislation.
The system has been that you're dead.
Dead.
And lost at sea.
And lost
the Queen denounced herself, and now she's dead and lost at sea.
Gone
out of Britain. She took herself out and divorced herself from you. She, in fact, abandoned you and her Maori people. She has abandoned her Maori people in New Zealand. She created that word. She has the patent right and copyright to that word Maori. Iwi, that's more or less the same as ISIS. And Antifa, FBI, CIA, and ISIL, all of those names are created by the Queen and the Rothschild family. And we are dissolving that business of the Rothschilds with a 970 million trillion pound note. I'll show you in a minute. And today we are legalizing it. We are legalizing this flag. We are legalizing all these books I'm going to show you today. And when we have a shower hands of those who are here, it's for those who are not here, right through the world, because they're working today. It's a working day. We've come here and everybody's working. We're here in our first day of work together to run this business, a corporate business called Maui Powerhouse Group Limited No. 1. So that's the first of 250 countries in the world under this flag, free passage through the world. The royal family uses this flag as a Getty flag for their photos, because when it goes and flies up on the royal ship, it goes straight to the port without having to comply. And it's carrying merchandise and bill of lading, free passage through the world. So that is our authority to do the same, free passage through the world. And British citizens for everyone in the 250 countries of the world. So all we're doing is claiming back what we legally own and legitimately own as two-party contract. You and me. Me, on behalf of all those people who are watching this historic moment, fixed in time. The video stops now, the past, and look to the future for what I'm saying. And so, the story keeps going with the Constitution 1846. These are close related years. 1846 Constitution was put together as Irish. Munster, South Island, New Zealand, sister country, and Ulster, North Island, New Zealand, Ulster, Belfast, North Island, New Zealand, where I come from. And the rising sun, first rising sun in the world, on the East Cape, at 6 a.m. in the morning, and Easter Island, 12 noon, right on the dot, high in the sky, the sun, Ra, God, and 6 p.m. right on the dot, at Accra, Ghana, on the beach. Those 3 points are what the Queen used to commercialise my statue as being a perfect square inside a circle of light. Those 3 points put on your mobile phone and sync them, and they'll always make a square. The mirror image is 12 midnight and 12 noon and 6 a.m. at the East Coast on my land box, closest distance to the sun, and Ghana, Accra, Ghana, Phoenix Hotel on the beach. Those 3 points, the sun shines on those 3 points at the one time. So that's our spiritual title to the Earth planet of the Maui statue with his crown on his head in Dunedin, New Zealand. Queen Elizabeth put him there. And Queen Victoria put the Maui statue in the Queen Elizabeth Great Court in London, Museum. That's my title of my Tahitian Royal Wānoa family that I'm here for, to claim that title of spirit to the people, what's been missing in all that's going on. We put the spirit back into Lotore, L-O-R-E, the truth is nothing but the truth, so help me God. That's why I'm here. My word is his word. And we got man's law, L-A-W, of these kings. One commercial and one church. So that's how this story goes together. I just want to let you know before I pull these books up now, before any I'm going to show you that this case, you see it, lawyers going into courts or barracks, that's a magistrate court. It's an actual court on wheels that has everything to make a court case right on the spot, on land, anywhere in the world, from here, Westminster. So the King gave that to us and gave this to us to administer law and enforce law in these books that I've put together myself, and used all the instruments to make our title to start this business first. Scratch one, no debt, as creditor for all the people in the world that's been robbed in broad daylight. So I'm going to pull them out and put them there. This is historic, by the way. We're just making a record of this. And here, I'll just show you briefly the flag. Is what I'm here for, is to show you what we are here to tell you. It's for the flag of Admiralty of the Sea that created all your buildings, roads, houses, high-rise, airports, aircraft, everything commercial in the world came out of this flag. And St. Patrick, the church of the common people of the kingdom. So I hope you're enjoying this historic lesson and carry it on into the future. We have the flag down here just so that we don't create a fuss here, and the books that go with it. I just want to skip through them just to physically be here. The idea was to lay a complaint, an official complaint, to the High Court and to the British Royal Navy, our partner, Sir Philip Jones, First Lord of the Sea, of Admiralty Military, to come to our aid. They are there on this flag, the seal, the black seal that you see around this small cross is the protectorate of the British military. And the black represents Satan tampering with our contract of these kings that I just told you, the small cross and the big one, the Vatican, and St. George, and the kings, all the King George the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, but this one is split out for King George the Fourth, his brother King William the Fourth, and his brother King Ernest Augustus the First, here, and King George the Third, the creator of America, founder of America, 1776. So I'm just telling you, he's looking at the axe, the axe of King William the Fourth, into law today. The axe are there. Yes, and you can look at them. I'll pass them around, but I'll just explain them afterwards. So we got X here, the seal with this seal, and the Moai statue of the land and the earth planet. Like I just explained from East Island, why the Queen Victoria took him to London and locked them up for 100 years. But they used his spirit. It belongs to everyone in the world. And this seal here of the kings and Tira Waikato, Wharehere Manukau and Hongihika, and King George IV that sold New Zealand. This is the seal of that, created all the other native titles in the world of commerce. It was created in New Zealand, and that's where the Queen has hidden her business with her married people, created a fictitious tribe. They were fooled into believing they were real. That's why Maori have lost everything, because they were meant to lose everything. It didn't belong to them in the first place, and they just want to be a Maori. If they don't want, those ones who don't want to, they can change and be something else. We use Moai as being the alternative to change the name back to us, right? That we're going along with that because his face is peace, love and harmony and spirit, and he doesn't bear fire.
Oops, it stopped. I think that was it. Or something stopped. The video is still running. It's still recording. And thank you, Frank. I just noticed you had this video and you've joined it all up and made it like it is. Very good of you. I appreciate that very much. So we're still together as far as I'm concerned. We have crisis on our hands today, and being the 22nd of August 2024, just to update the way I feel about you guys there and me going through all of this again now, after everything else has happened to me after I've left Britain, got deported, dropped in Hong Kong, left there to survive on nothing, and it was David Ellis and Janine, his wife, that supported me financially there, had it all ready for me to at the airport. For 14 hours I was detained and never found anything on me, but were using all that the Crown in England had done to me, and the Crown of New Zealand and Middlemore Hospital for putting me in a mental home for nothing, and made me go through hell. But I don't want to get emotional about that. It's not about me. It's about where do we go from here, who owns New Zealand, and the Escheat. Escheat, or Escheatment, claim on what is being stolen, and it's easy to see now that the stealers are the people that were there with Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth and the Rothschilds, who have stolen everything from everybody in the world, all natives of their sovereign land, and compromised them, with the Pope buying the Ancestry.com and all the birth certificates he's claiming as his sovereign right. It's not his sovereign right because he doesn't live on our land to make claims against us, the natives. He can't steal that again a second time, because we've got a lien on him of 970 million trillion pound notes. Those are Maui pound notes, not the British pound note. Okay, so we still use the acts of King William III and the pound note to liquidate the Rothschild business and the Pope's business out of existence, liquidate them, foreclose on them, and bankrupt them in our capacity with the King's flag of Admiralty corporations. We've got the corporation right to liquidate anybody out of business for repugnant laws against the laws of England. So that's what I'm saying there, is what I'm saying exactly now. I haven't changed. Those thugs and pirates have changed their names, their businesses, like Eddie Mitchell changed my business now to Aotea Limited, that belongs to all the people of New Zealand and 257 countries in the world, native, that have used the Westminster 1862 Native Land Act that comes from Referefa Manukau in the Otahuhu claim. He paid £5 to Queen Victoria to sell the land as leased land, not the land country, but the leased land instrument that the Bank and the Westminster Parliament and Bank of England and the Kings and Queens wanted the native model plan of New Zealand to take all the native countries in the world with the 1862 Native Land Act. That's in Australia, Canada, America, and England, and Europe, and all the other countries in the Pacific and the rest of the world that have been colonised. The word colony and repugnant, native, and corporation. See, so those add up to this document that you can see now. That's got the chiefs on the top seal on the right and the Moai standing in London. That's my native title right there. That Queen Victoria Trust is what I'm taking over as default contract. The Rothschilds bought the Bank of England and we're seizing it back and liquidating the Rothschilds, and before America comes into the London Stock Exchange and set themselves up with their Bitcoin or with their crypto Ripple, World Bank and their XRP, new US dollar, to make a global currency. And it's fraud, it's washed up, laundered money and proceeds of crime that they are using with the fiat currency they have made as a commodity inside their new US federal government, with their director of the federal government in IMF, World Bank, Rosie Rios, and she's also the director of the new found bought crypto company Ripple. And she has made RippleNet the cash of the new US dollar in their own $1 billion, billion private corporation share market. They've got the government of the world share market that they're only exclusive to the governments who are following what Michael Saylor has done in El Salvador. He's made the Bitcoin city, and it is immune from legislation, as it is already set up a government of themselves in El Salvador. The new Prime Minister there, he's got the support of all the people, and it was a violent country. Now it's changed. There are people going there now, and he's made some measures to build a new city. It hasn't started yet. He's waiting for the Bitcoin to start taking off. He's got it well planned. I believe with the Bitcoin we are going there as well, as El Salvador follow that model, which has been consistent. It has appreciated 50% every year, and it is safe to keep your Bitcoins as much as we want to start off with them in our Scali. That's more pioneering in the money transfer system in less than a minute, and lightning fast, and they were the first to do it in France. So I've been with TagPay since 2008, and it has been scam-free right till 2024 without being scammed. And here we are, the US federal government and the IMF and their crypto has already been scammed plenty of times, and they don't care because they make money out of scam money as well. So they're as much a scam. The whole system of the IMF and the World Bank under Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth and the Rothschild Bank is one big fat scam. And I want to say that on this video affidavit, that is fact-cited evidence that didn't need fact-checkers to say anything about our website, moaipowerhouse.world, and also the company in England, Moai Powerhouse Group Limited. I'm going to kick it off again because I put it in recess until we sorted out this mess in New Zealand first, because that's where the British Crown put their business here and hid it in the Treaty of Waitangi grounds in Paihia, in Russell, and in Kororareka, and also Waitangi Treaty grounds. It's hidden there with this flag I'm talking about on dry land, and that's the only King's flag on dry land with Admiralty mortgage liens and foreclosures and bankruptcy in that flag, tied up with the corporation that it is, a corporate flag that can start you off put you on the land and also remove you from the land. And that's what we're doing with Westminster Parliament. We're removing those immigrants from the native sovereign people of England, the same way as we're removing the politicians from the beehive in Wellington here and take our native land back off them with these instruments and this video to go with all the rest of the instruments on my website that's been tampered with and destroyed. You can see all the videos disappearing with Facebook and YouTube, and also the government itself that's been hiding a lot of my instruments away. They've destroyed 2 years of my Facebook sites. I had 107 Facebook sites and there's only 97 left. They destroyed their other sites, which was full up with information dating right back to the Native Magistrate Court in Helensville, where the Freemasons kicked this country off and formed the new Auckland and Lord Auckland, and also the other names of people that are in our documents as being coming from England, soil, native land. Okay, so that's as much as I want to say today. On Thursday, the 22nd of August 2024. And so I want to hook back up with Lee Kant. She was there on the left there as the chartered accountant, and he's right into Bitcoin, and I want to talk to him, but I haven't been able to because he hasn't been talking to me. And Frank has said that I'm a corporate. Yes, I'm a corporate, but anybody that's with crypto is a corporate. You are your own self-employed cryptocurrency. That's what is hard to understand. I've got videos of El Salvador there and how they are taking it's a bit awkward for anybody to know how it works, and I'm learning and teaching myself how it works by watching videos of the people who are doing all the talking, and also Michael Saylor and what he's doing. The government of America, federal government, and also IMF and the World Bank is trying to outmaneuver Michael Saylor, because he has gone into this to deregulate it, or not deregulated yet, and they're making a court case to try and win over Bitcoin and make Michael Saylor go under their laws of America. So I'm saying I want to talk to Michael Saylor and tell him to come under us, back straight into Westminster Parliament, and put Bitcoin in there with us, and we can go along with the chip coin and the Bitcoin to smother and get rid of the Westminster Parliament and get rid of Rothschild banks and all that humbug monarchy of King Charles. And why don't the politicians in Westminster swear to their King Charles? And yet in New Zealand, the courts swear their oath of office to King Charles on their documents is defendant versus King Charles, and also that they don't swear their oath of office in the Beehive in Wellington, New Zealand, to King Charles, but they swear to Cindy Kiro, the Governor-General, with a crown on her head and her own flag, and they've gazetted her flag up at Waitangi with those Maori iwis and the Parliament's iwis, Maori in there, and Pākehā joined forces, and they passed things and our flag over to the government in Wellington that claimed it as a whakaputanga, whakamininga flag for their picking up the rent on the land, and I'm going to strip them of it after this lot and go straight into them with Michelle Coco she's supposed to be doing something in the next 2 weeks or so, and Gregory Cook from the Global Home Guard, and his Cook name came in through the Cook Islands and into Chatham Islands and into New Zealand, that way, straight from Westminster, the Cook family. And they're up at Paihia and Kororareka, but they didn't come through Australia. The missionaries came through with the prison convicts, Eddie Mitchell and his family, and also Sid Jackson, or Willie Jackson and his family, and a few other Smiths and all those people that got them. Tamahere and Thompson Tamahere, that's another one. They came here and bought land in Hamilton, the Tamahere, that country place. Tamahere is the Thompsons that went there, and the Mitchells took all the rest of the land in Hamilton and down in Queenstown and down in Tokoroa, Kinloch and Rotorua, all over the place. Eddie Mitchell has stolen the land through the Maori Land Court, and now the government in Wellington is shutting the Maori down, because you know why? They invented it. The government in Wellington, Pākehā, they pull the wool over the Maoris' eyes, and they need a good hiding from the Maoris, because the Maoris can't do it with their law. They don't have a law to go over the Pākehās, because they committed themselves in their contract and can't get out of it. The treaty claims that 1%, less than 1% settlement for stealing Maori land, and you can't do that. You can't sell native land. So we've had the right of Escheat to seize the land back. If you read, it's in my website at the end, scroll right to the end of Confederation Sovereigns, and you'll see there the Eddie Mitchell and 303 shell companies set up in Australia to steal 17 trillion in these 3 sticks that I gave him, and he gave them back to me. These 3 sticks here. You see, he put my name on it. He put JW there. So these 3 sticks makes me 17 trillion creditor, bank creditor over all the land he's got in Australia. We're going to seize back to the sovereign native people of New Zealand and Pacific Islands and the rest of 257 native countries in the world. Once we get this going, the lot will go back on their native land and boot them off, seize everything. I'll get this 17 trillion back to put on the next countries and the next one and the next one, and I'll use hedge fund from using the same system as the government has for decades, used the same leverage like rich man, poor man says. He's boasting bragging about making no tax paid on 15,000 properties he's stolen from the taxpayers, and I'm going to get it all back to the native people of that country. He's Japanese and not really Native American. He screwed the native, original, indigenous people, landlords in this government world, in our Moai E-State AI Federal Republic Government of Aotearoa New Zealand, with all these instruments and this video here, just to prove that that's me there, and I'm here as now what I'm looking like with a few teeth missing, and still saying the same thing, only a bit older but wiser, to keep going and to finish off what I had set out to do. And it's lost all the time back to 2018. 2018, that was the 11th of December, that Frank put those videos here. There might be a few more lying around that I took videos too, but they got snapped off me and shut down. All my videos on my website, you can see they're all disappeared. Facebook and YouTube demolished them and demolish my company too. I've got the second spare copy. That's the Moai Powerhouse .world. The original one was moaipowerhouse.com. They destroyed that one, destroyed my business, shut my bank down, shut everything off from me, and shut my bank from getting credit or anything like that. And I went through trouble in the mental home for over 3 years of deliberate ignorance, and all that is going to cost them trillions. And stealing the Moai statue especially costs trillions for that, to put it back where they found it. Anybody thieving in front of God Almighty is a thief, and proven to be a thief is a thief. So I've got to pay. You've got to pay 970 million trillion pound note, and there's no way out of it because you're caught now, and that's all there is to it. So there, I've got the site here. If you go down here, that's the sovereign site, and there's, whoops, that's the wrong one. Got to go to that one. Confederation Sovereigns. Click on there, and the right one will come up. There, that one there. And then scroll right down to the bottom. See the video's missing? I'll show you the video's missing. There's one. Oh, just slow. I need a lightning fast computer one day. So those videos are still there. There's one gone there. I just saw it go past. There's one missing. There's another one knocked out. Those are the ones from England. That one's gone too, see? They've got rid of them. That one's all right. There's another one there. That one's still there. British, 1835, New Zealand Constitution flag, King William, and native chiefs. English version corrupted by missionaries, the same by Manuka Henry, that's the name, Maori, in 2022. Declaration of Independence of New Zealand, formed King William IV, 1835, flag constitution. So I've got this altered to suit ourselves. See Clendon down here? Merchant, Gilbert Mayer, merchant, signed there on this document back then. So I'll just carry on going. And there I've gone and altered it. We, the heritage chiefs and heads of tribes of northern parts of New Zealand, being assembled at Waitangi in Bevan on this, I put it in red. Hereditary chiefs, 28th of October 1835, declare the independence of our country, which is hereby constituted independent state. All the ones in red of that document I've put as our claim. All sovereign power and authority reside entirely and exclusively in the hereditary chiefs. They will not permit any legislative authority separate from themselves in their collective capacity to exist, and then here, acting under the authority of laws regulated, enacted in our court. Hereditary chiefs and heads of tribes, purpose of framing laws, dispensation of justice, order, regulation of trade, consult the safety and welfare of our common country, joining the Confederation. His Majesty King of England, his acknowledgement of their flag, protection they have show his subjects as have settled purposes of trade. He will become its protector from all attempts upon its independence. 28th of October 1835, magistrate resident. And down here it's got Declaration of the Chiefs to His Most Gracious Majesty King of England, at the unanimous request of the chiefs. James Busby, John Manoa Surrogate King William III, King George IV, King William IV represents the native chief sovereigns of their lands in New Zealand and the world in 250 countries, well, it's 257 countries, native chiefs of those sovereign lands and with this native title. Updated 10th, Saturday, 10th of December 2022, official 1835 King William IV Constitution of New Zealand, passed and enforced into this legal British Native Magistrate King's Bench Court, Bank Ruling Authority Jurisdiction Court hearing on 10th of 12th 2022, Dutch Protestant Kings Inherit Jurisdiction Lawmaking Court Record UK NZ Corporate Business Partnership Authority. There we go. That's the flag there, flying there at the top. There. Okay, no Cindy Kiro there. So we go down here, that video's still there. There's quite a few videos gone right through the whole document. I'll just scroll straight down to the bottom. Over here, there, that there. El Salvador is here with the Bitcoin. My Crown King William III Trust is in Bitcoin adoption in El Salvador to my chip coin laws of England. There, that's a good video, that one. And you've got this one here. I'm learning about Bitcoin fast since 2 a.m. this morning, 22nd of August 2024, before you lose money. I'm learning about Bitcoin fast since 2 a.m. this Thursday morning, 22nd of August 2004, follow on to info fact video. So there's my idea, saying something about money. And this fellow that ripped off the people, 50 billion. And this woman is very good, Whitney Webb, warns Bitcoin holders, hold on to your Bitcoin because I believe it. It's going to work in El Salvador, and the US federal state government don't like anybody like Michael Saylor and his own country of government using Bitcoin to make a Bitcoin city, and that's it there. That's the city there, around a Bitcoin. It's planned around a Bitcoin, but he's waiting for the Bitcoin to take off. And here, this is the e-state government that I've set up, and I'll open it up and see what happens. See, oh no, it didn't work. Damn, it didn't work. It's not working. How about this one? That's working.
If you've ever heard anything about El Salvador, if you've heard of Bitcoin City, but the fact that they legalized Bitcoin as tender in the country, this dream of a city that runs entirely on Bitcoin and sustainable energy. And the city stands at the slopes of this volcano.
Okay.
Well, this are the slopes, and the city below is La Union, and that's where maybe someday Bitcoin City will exist.
El Salvador would be the first country to make Bitcoin an official currency.
It's the evolution of human. So we're going there.
Nayib Bukele declared Bitcoin as legal. Bitcoin ATMs convert greenbacks into digital currency.
Adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, as a legal currency. What is that like?
Okay, so that's what I put there. I'll just have to fix this back up again on this one here. I think it's right up the front. I'll see if this one works. This one here. This should go. Oh no, that didn't work either. Something wrong there. I'll go to this other one. There it is over there. It might be on this one. I'll open this one. I've got two websites there to see. The video is still running, the one I'm making. I don't want to lose that video. But I'm just showing you where we're going to with the crypto and the Moai pound note and chip coin. The Moai pound note chip coin in Westminster City, where we're going to park ourselves with our business that was supposed to be there in the place just up the road from Whitehall. Hang on, I just want to go here and see if... Oh gosh. Hang on, just make sure my internet's on. Make sure my internet's on. Oh, it's off. It twists itself off. Stupid thing. I just want to connect you up to where we're heading. Where we're heading with our flag. Where's web? That's the web. Where's the other one? Here. Oh no. That's that one there. Confederation. That one. So I'll go and open this one and see what happens. This should take you straight to state government. This is the state government script. Script? No, it didn't go. It's not working. But anyway, it was... Where did I have it? Somewhere. I put it somewhere. The state government was sitting down somewhere. Where? The state government. I've got it somewhere. My Smart Auto, Amazon, ID, I'll put it somewhere. Where's the... No, I've lost it. I should have had it up. No, that's not it. The state government, hang on. I just want to find the state government. It's over where? I thought I saw it now. Facebook. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This is what's supposed to have come up. There, well, my state commercial land bill, legal instruments. This is our government here in New Zealand, federal government, like the federal of Australia and the federal of America and the federal of Canada. This is our federal government here. I'll just put that out of the road so you can see. There, the new honourables of my Aotea sovereign states. It's all there. I'm going to put it back up so you can read it. There's all our legal instruments of a government here run on AI with Kai Li from China. He's the ex-CEO of Google. In the AI, he was the AI of Google. Now he's got his own practice, teaching people the right way to do AI. So there we go. Right of Aotea. My crown is in fact God's truth law system of corporations sale known as my monarch in right of Aotea, my sovereign in right of Aotea, my wanoa ueta hapu supreme in right of Aotea, my crown in right of Aotea, New Zealand, God's will here, land claimant right there, and the world there, with the 3 points of the sun on the globe, and that's a symbol. My Crown Corporation soul is not a living being, but a mirror image of the real person. That's a corporate. My corporate is an image of the real person. The new cooperatives in incorporations of Aotearoa New Zealand. So there's the comparisons there. My sovereign, shucks. Brimming adds muck things up. Where's it there? There's the difference in, shucks. Something's gone wrong here. Everything is this video there. It goes on. The brief history of government, church and parliament. This is how we're going to operate here. I'm going to put it out because it's somewhere where it's clean. It doesn't do this. This is script itself doing this. And there's somewhere beyond the incorporation of New Zealand, honourable partnership, facts about Maori. Oh God. And the Pope is still the de facto and de jure sovereign of England. Act of Settlement. So there's somewhere on it. I'll put that right onto the website, and it hasn't come up right. I'd have to edit again afterwards to make sure the documents open up properly so that you have a good idea. Oaths that confirm government and parliament. Coronation oath. Shucks, this is going haywire. This is script itself there. There's script there. The script is doing that because it's making it harder to open with script. I've got it on its own, put away somewhere where I can just stick it straight up as a PDF, not as script. I'm trying to explain a little bit about things. Sovereign monarch owns estates, wealth, and dictates Maui God terms. Registration of all birth certificate, capital letters. The monarch. I've just taken the government of New Zealand's. This came from there, and I've just pulled it a bit and altered it because we have the right to all the documents the Crown in Wellington has. And so there was this was a lot of pages because look, it's still going down the pages. It's a long way to the bottom, but anyway, I'll just leave it there. Leave that there for when I get it done properly so that you can read it and know that we are our own government over the government of Wellington and shut them down with this script. Download here. It says download, but you got to join them first. But I've got it separated from script, and I'll find it and put it back up so that you can download the files. I think there's about 80 pages. See, something's happening to it. It's gone haywire. The computer's getting overloaded. Too many files open. Look, I've got to shut a few of them down. But I put them there because I'm wanting stuff out of it. So we'll just have a listen to this a little bit.
Like, a smart contract, that has value. There will be smart contracts, and blockchain works. To the extent crypto is accessing certain blockchain things, yeah, that might have some value. To the extent crypto is accessing certain blockchain things, yeah, that might have some value.
Crypto.
If you mean crypto like Bitcoin, I've always said it's a fraud.
So no hope for it.
Well, if they think they're a currency, there's no hope for it. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a public, decentralized fund. If it's a crypto coin that can do something, like a smart contract, that has value. There will be smart contracts, and blockchain works. To the extent crypto is accessing certain blockchain things, yeah, that might have some value. To the extent crypto is accessing certain blockchain things, yeah, that might have some value.
Yeah, so that's just a little bit about what I'm doing to follow what these people are doing and mirror them into our own Maui chip coin and pound note, the original 2-bar pound note, and go and liquidate them out of business. The whole bloody lot of them. Okay, so that'll do today, and I'll leave it at that. That's 1 hour 34 minutes of a video. We'll leave it there, and I'll make another video when I fix up the website. I've just got to go and get the script, this one here with the Maui East State Government, so that you can see where we're coming from, enabling us to do what we do with the flag. The Confederation flag is an Escheat federal flag. Okay, it's a more advanced way of putting that flag right in today's world, not in yesteryear's world, but we use the authority of the flag and the kings that put the commerce together, put the corporations together, and made the money work, and the Rothschilds and Queen Victoria has demolished Westminster Parliament and put immigrants to run it, so that they can go back to England from America and claim the courthouse and the London Stock Exchange as if they were clean whistle. No, they're not. They're still the same old fraud £1 note that never got the royal assent from King William III of Orange, and it makes the whole business of Rothschild banks and their pound note illegal and illegitimate and a fraud, scam, Ponzi, pyramid game of making money for themselves. Okay, that'll do for now. We'll see you later. Have a nice evening, because I'm just about ready for my bedtime. Okay, bye for now. Today, Thursday, 22nd of August 2024, and that was the end of that one.